Ain't she a beaut? This is my 1977 Chevy Motorhome. It is an eye-catcher when you go down the highway, that's for sure. And I didn't do anything on the outside. It was this wonderful purple color when I traded for it. I actually traded an old truck for this camper. I didn't really need the truck, and I certainly didn't need the motorhome, but I ended up with the motorhome anyways. And it was a fun little project that I worked on last year. I'll show you the inside, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I have to do still this year. To the right when you walk in the camper are some basic shelves, including a space for the 12-volt battery and a little charging station. On the opposite side is a simple closet space. This area was just disgusting when I first got the camper. It was pretty much used as a litter box. It's better now, but there's work that needs to be done. I really like how the kitchen cabinet turned out using barn wood and metal. The peel and stick backsplash isn't holding so well, so if anyone knows how to fix this, just let me know. I'm pleased with how a 2-part epoxy finished the countertop. I needed to take out the cabinets above the kitchen space to remove the ceiling panels that were mostly rotted from a leaky skylight. But those overhead cabinets actually did provide a bit of support to the roof, and they were replaced with 1/2-inch pipe and barnwood shelves. This small couch I found for real cheap. It's a good spot to sit with storage, and it can be a comfortable spot for a kid to sleep. In the space where the couch is sitting, there was a huge hole in the floor caused by a leaky connection from the freshwater holding tank to the water pump. To avoid water leaks like this in the future, I moved the freshwater tank to the back of the camper in the spare tire compartment. Now the spare tires are stored under the twin bed, along with some other just-in-case items. I do regret keeping this refrigerator and leaving it in this space, but it does act as support for the ceiling, and it is nice having the gas refrigerator option. Extra support for the ceiling was added with the walls on each side of this opening. I do need to work on a more permanent solution for the stairs. The top bunk is fantastic sleeping, with the smell of cedar wood. This thin tongue and groove cedar ceiling was by far the most expensive part of the renovation, costing over $300, but it was well worth every penny for the easy installation and the just amazing smell. Sweet Violet is the name that the kids picked out for the camper. It was running okay when I got the 1977 motorhome, but there was an issue with the alternator where it wouldn't hold the charge. Plus, there was a lot of other problems, too. The air conditioning system didn't work. The heating system worked, but it was also a nice spot for mice to build their nest. And it didn't seem really necessary to have heating in this motorhome because we're not going to be using it in the wintertime. So I took that out. I took out, there was cruise control on it. I took that out. Maybe I should have kept that or tried to keep that, but the wiring was just a mess. You can't believe how many wires there were for this motorhome. Now it's very simple. A key and a dummy light. There's a oil pressure down here too. I hear that you have to have this dummy light for the alternator to work somehow. I was able to wire it up and actually get it so that it does start, which is awesome. cool if it started on the first time. Or the second time. Third time, not bad. And she purrs. But here it's got a kind of nice engine, a 500 short block. If that means anything to anyone, I really know nothing about that type of thing. But it does get you where you want to go at a cruising speed. I mean, it can cruise around 65 miles an hour fairly smooth. The barn wood used throughout the camper came from my in-laws' old barn, so it didn't cost me any money. And it works out perfect because it's lightweight, but yet still very solid. I'm going to end up redoing this shower area eventually. As you can see with my first attempt, I did a pretty poor job adhering the panels to the walls. And I should have just took out that shower base in the beginning because it looks hideous. I decided to take out the bathroom sink completely, just to free up some space. The kitchen sink is only 5 feet away. The garbage can on the shelf is actually my great-grandma's chamber pot, and it could work for a camper toilet, but I did opt for a regular toilet in this camper. Unfortunately, with any plumbing in a camper, you're at risk for leaks. I'm really tempted at this point to just put a composting toilet in the camper. But I hear that people like these flushy things, so I'm gonna keep it right now, or try to keep it right now, see if I can get inside of this and save it. I don't know if this toilet was ever actually working, because my pump always seemed to cycle. Like it would turn on, and then about a minute later it would pump again. So it was showing that it was losing water. Maybe it's possible that I did some damage over the winter because I didn't put antifreeze in it or whatever else to winterize it. But I just think it was always bad, and I didn't really realize it. I've only had it in the camper for, well, less than a year. so it didn't do any damage to the floor inside. Aha, success. Okay, so I think I'm understanding how this works. This would be inserted in there, obviously, where I just took it out from. And then when the pedal goes down, it pushes on here. And that opens up the water. And up to the top of the tank. So, I think it's leaking from here yeah, I can actually feel water coming out of there when I push it in. So there's got to be a gasket of some sort. That seems like it would be hard to get at. So I was wrong with my theory. I guess there's a first time for everything. But it wasn't leaking from the valve. It was leaking underneath. I can't even hardly see the crack. So I think a little bit of JB Weld will do the trick. Should become the spokesperson for this company if this works. I'm open to financial contributions. Probably put that on too thick. Looks good. No leaks. Stay tuned for some more boring camper renovation videos.